Welcome to this session on IPedge messaging and IPedge system features. In this module, we are going to address a variety of the features in the IPedge system. For further details on these features and a list of all the features, please refer to the IPedge General Description and IPedge Messaging Feature Guide. This module will cover Part 3 of this session, IPedge System Operational Features. We'll look at the features grouped into this heading of System Operational Features, the way the system can be programmed to function to make work lives easier and more operationally efficient, as well as to understand how they can benefit your customers. The system has 3 operating modes that are based on the time of day, day of week, and up to 128 holiday schedules. These operating modes are called day, day 2, and night. These modes enable the efficient handling of calls by several pre-programmed ringing assignments. The customer can easily switch among the arrangements to handle calls at different times of the day. Each mode controls the routing of incoming line calls and settings for station and line class of service restrictions. The system can be programmed to use all 3 modes, day-night mode only, or just the day mode. The system switches automatically from one mode to the next based on the system's time of day clock. The system also enables users to manually change the day-night operating mode even if the system is using the auto schedule feature. A night transfer button can be set on telephones for manually switching at any time from one mode to another. The button's LED flash rate indicates the system's operating mode. If used with the system auto schedule operation, the night transfer button overrides the current auto schedule mode. However, when it is time for the system to switch to another mode, per the auto schedule timer, the system will switch to the mode set by the auto schedule. Multiple DNs provide the ultimate in call coverage flexibility. They are convenient and provide an easy way to answer each other's calls or general calls to a departmental group. This is both a common requirement in most large installations and has many useful applications in smaller organizations as well. A directory number, or DN, sometimes called an extension number, is a number someone must call to reach a destination within the system. Each DN is assigned to a flexible button on a digital, IP, or SIP telephone, or as the main directory number of a standard telephone. To maximize call coverage flexibility, any DN can appear on multiple telephones. Also, individual telephones can have multiple DN buttons with different directory numbers. The system provides primary and phantom DN buttons on telephones. All DN buttons can be used to originate and answer calls. If you press a DN while on a call, it releases the existing call and provides dial tone to make another call. Primary directory numbers, or PDNs. Each telephone has a unique PDN needed to make or take calls and can have multiple button appearances of its own PDN. Secondary directory numbers, or SDNs. When the prime DN of a station appears on another station, it becomes a secondary directory number on the other station. The prime DN of one telephone can appear as a secondary DN on all other digital or IP telephones and ring on all other digital or IP telephones. Incoming and outgoing calls can occur on each PDN or SDN. A special note: secondary directory numbers on SIP phones require additional licensing. Phantom directory numbers can be used to make a telephone number appear to have multiple prime DN extension buttons. When assigning a phantom directory number for use as another appearance of the prime directory number, the display properties are set the same as the prime DN, and a hunting sequence is set up to roll the calls from the prime DN over to the other phantom DNs associated with the prime DN. With this arrangement, Call Forward will send calls to the prime DN's destinations and voicemail box. A pilot DN is a pseudo location that is assigned a DN where calls may be directed. Unlike prime directory numbers and phantom directory numbers, A pilot DN is not a button on any telephone. A pilot DN is used as a device where calls can ring and be held while the system controls the call. To ensure calls do not get lost, a timeout and overflow service is provided to redirect the call if necessary. Calls being held on the pilot DN can specify any of the music sources that are possible on the IPedge system. Pilot DNs are also assigned to station hunt groups. Station hunting enhances call handling by providing better service to customers and outside callers because they can usually reach someone on the first try who can help them. It can also boost productivity for internal callers since they do not have to hang up and redial another DN if the first party does not answer. Distributed hunt in voicemail applications with all voicemail resources in a distributed hunt group provides very efficient use and availability of voicemail resources. There are three types of station hunting. Serial hunting. Calls hunt directory numbers in a series from first to last in a specific order. When any DN in the series is called, the system will ring the first idle DN in the series, starting with the called DN, hunting to the last DN in the series. As an option, this type of hunt group can have a unique pilot directory number assigned to it. When callers dial the pilot directory number to reach a telephone in the group, calls will hunt all DNs from first to last. Distributed hunting. This type of hunt group always has a unique pilot DN assigned to it. Callers dial the pilot DN to reach a telephone in the group. Calls hunt in such a way so as to distribute the calls evenly to each DN in the group. Hunting rotation always starts in sequence with the DN that follows the DN that received the last call, even if all other DNs are idle. And circular hunting. Calls hunt directory numbers in a series in a specific order. However, the series forms a loop which enables the last DN to hunt to the first DN. When any DN in the series is called, the system will ring the first idle DN in the series, starting with the called DN, hunting to all DNs in the series. As an option, this type of hunt group can have a unique pilot DN assigned to it. When callers dial the pilot DN to reach a telephone in the group, calls will hunt all DNs from first to last. Uniform Call Distribution, or UCD, is an automatic call distribution, or ACD-like service. It is a cost-effective alternative to a fully featured ACD service when the main need is to have calls distributed based on a hunt to find the next available agent, as well as distribute calls evenly based on the call count. Calls are routed directly to a UCD pilot number. They can be routed from the auto attendant, as an option off the auto attendant menu, or as transferred calls. Some of the call handling options are calls are being answered by an agent, or calls are being routed to overflow destinations if all agents are busy. Please view the separate session on Uniform Call Distribution for all the details regarding this application. Automatic Call Distribution, or ACD, and Management Information Systems, MIS, enhance call handling by providing better service to customers and outside callers. They offer a variety of reporting and management tools for call coverage and forecasting. And with Web Callback, when the user initiates a callback request while surfing the web, IPedge automatically calls the user's phone number specified on the web. An external ACD software option is available with the IPedge that is provided by connection of an external PC-based application server. The application is also available as a software option on the Media Application Server, or MAS. The server will run both the ACD call processing application and the separate Management Information System, or MIS applications, such as Insight and Task, as well as other CTI applications. The ACD software is available in basic and enhanced feature functionality. Multiple number of groups and active agent size increments are available to meet the user's needs. Enhanced ACD includes all basic capabilities, plus multiple call group login, skills-based routing, priority queuing, time-scheduled ACD queues, agent and call priority escalation handling, and balanced call count agent search. Multimedia Contact Center Web Callback application takes advantage of web technology to increase the customer's reach to contact the call center. Please view the separate sessions on automatic call distribution and management information systems for all the details regarding these applications. With Dial Directory, you can make a call by selecting a name from your LCD telephone directory. Your telephone will display names, first name, last name, or vice versa, depending on the way they have been programmed in the IPedge system. All directory names are sorted alphabetically. The Dial Directory feature searches for names much like a cell phone directory, and then allows the user to press one button to dial. This feature also includes speed dialing and internal directory names. It's easy to use. Press the appropriate soft key and use the dial pad to enter the first character of the name. Or if you do not select a directory, you can go directly to the dial pad and enter a character. This makes names from all directories available. Press the same dial pad button quickly to move from one character to the next. The characters will change each time the button is pressed. After entering the first character of the name, do not press the button. The cursor shifts right so the second character can be entered. The more you spell a name, the more the system narrows your search. Call Park gives any station, regardless of type, a method for holding calls. By parking a call, you are free to make other calls and retrieve the call at a later time, or use the paging system to announce a call to be picked up by someone else on the system. Any type of call can be parked. Call Park enables convenient consultation calling for stations that do not have line appearances. Without Call Park, these stations cannot retrieve held calls. Call Park enables the station user to keep one call on hold, place another call, and return to the first call. Parking a call to your phone is called Local Park. Parking a call on someone else's phone is called Remote Park. If a general parking orbit is used, it is called Auto Park. Call Park orbits enable a station user to place a call temporarily in an orbit so that the call can be retrieved by any user, either from the same station or from a different station. There are personal park orbits, which allows a user to park a call at a designated station, and this feature is available to any type of telephone. General park orbits are used when you want to park the call on the system and not at a designated station. If a call is parked, but not retrieved within a pre-programmed time period, it will recall the parking telephone. The park recall time is set individually for each station. Park and Page enables station users to park a call in a general or personal park orbit, enter a page zone or group access code, and then announce the orbit number of the waiting call to the paged party. A pre-programmed one-touch button can be assigned to telephones to automatically connect to a pre-designated external paging circuit, a telephone paging group, or both. Destination toll restriction provides potential cost and productivity benefits because employees who do not need to make outgoing calls as part of their job are restricted. In addition, if it is an employee's job to answer incoming calls, this feature ensures that the employees do not tie up those lines with outgoing calls, so more efficient service can then be given to the incoming callers. IPedge destination restriction is an expansion of traditional toll restriction. Historically, toll restriction was used to prevent the unauthorized use of toll prefixes, such as long distance, dial 1, operator assistant, dial 0, or international, dial 011. IPedge has expanded this to include restriction based on any string of dialed digits. A true international business telephone system, IPedge can restrict any string of up to 11 dial digits, including star and pound. 11-digit screening allows control of access to individual telephone numbers in remote area codes. Restriction of star and pound controls users' access to vertical service codes, such as CAMPON and call forwarding. A station's destination restriction level can be changed automatically with day, day 2, and night mode auto-scheduling. One use of this feature is to allow a telephone to make outside calls during the day, but to restrict them at night. If a station user needs to make a call to a usually restricted number, the attendant can dial the call and then transfer the call to the station user. This enables temporary access to an outside line to complete a call. The station will then revert back to destination restricted status after the call is completed to maintain the integrity of toll restriction while still extending outgoing calling privileges when necessary. Least cost routing, or LCR, reduces the costs of long-distance calling by ensuring that each call is placed over the least costly route available to that user at that time. Placing a call is simpler for station users since they do not have to decide which line to use, remember how to access specific lines, or remember network access codes. A station user simply dials the access code of 9 and then the telephone number. The system can also choose a specific route for long-distance or local calls when enabled. LCR is also used in network applications. The system can be programmed to insert the correct network access code so that the user does not need to remember them when dialing another node in the network. Schedules can be set up, enabling different routes selected at different times of the day. The paging options in IPedge offer a variety of options. One option enables paging of all employees simultaneously without external paging. Paging through the phone helps reach employees who ignore overhead pages. It will also reach employees not located within range of the external paging system by bringing a paging announcement directly to their desktop. IPedge systems have a paging interface that supports customer-supplied amplifiers and speakers for external paging, night ringing over page, and background music applications. These paging options are accessed via access codes or by using a programmed one-touch button. Telephone group paging. Paging activated from an extension by specifying a paging group broadcast through the telephone speakers, and if programmed, the external paging devices simultaneously. There are up to 16 telephone page groups that can be programmed. External speaker page zones. Supports 8 paging zones for external speakers. Users access the zones with an access code plus the zone or a one-touch button. Zones are composed of customer-supplied speakers and amplifiers. Emergency page. Designated stations are permitted to place an emergency page to ensure they can reach all concerned with an important announcement. The emergency page will supersede any current page. Emergency page can be an all page or directed to a specific page group and external page zones. Night ringing over selected page zones. Lines can be programmed to night ring over 8 selected page zones via customer-supplied paging equipment. Delayed ringing enhances call handling, ensuring callers will reach someone through call routing. With multiple call delayed ringing, you can assign delayed ringing to voicemail and auto attendants. This feature can also be used to ring multiple telephones, a maximum of 25, immediately or with a delay by dialing a group pilot number. Each group member can have immediate delayed ring 1 or delayed ring 2. Delayed ring times are adjustable 1 to 180 seconds for each multiple call group. Tenant service in IPedge provides sharing of functions, features, and costs of a system by small companies that do not each require a separate system. They also may be able to reduce costs further by sharing a receptionist. If the businesses are related, a common system enables them to communicate easily with each other without the expense of separate systems. Tenant service also enables the businesses to appear as separate companies. They can have separate lines, attendance, and ringing assignments, and costs can be easily allocated according to use. Businesses in the same office building can share a system, enabling one IPedge to provide separate service to multiple companies or departments, or tenants. IPedge can be programmed with up to 8 tenants. Each tenant can have different attendant or night bell assignments for day-of-the-week schedules using day, day 2, or night modes. Multiple systems that are connected via IPedgeNet networking can take advantage of centralized network station message detail recording, or SMDR. IPedge will send the SMDR information across the network to the call accounting server. If the users have call accounting client software, they can access reports from anywhere they have the client software. Traffic reports are sent from remote network locations to the call accounting system as well. This record is a 15-digit hexadecimal character called a multi-node call identification number. This multi-node call ID is attached to every call record output by every node, allowing the SMDR call accounting application to gather all records relating to a call in order to follow the call across nodes. One administrator or centralized department can easily manage the telephone expenses from one location. This eliminates the need for administrators at each location, as well as expensive equipment at each location. Both allow your customer to save money. Plus, they can access reports from anywhere provided they have the call accounting client software. Sometimes the IPedge will generate error reports before the users even experience problems. This certainly would eliminate issues with any downtime for a delayed response. The traffic reports from the SMDR output of each system let users keep better control of their telephone line needs. They can save money by eliminating unnecessary lines, knowing they have the facts to back up their decision. The Traffic Measurement, or TM, feature provides a method for both traffic measurement and reporting statistics on system traffic to a system administrator. These traffic statistics are necessary for the system administrator to both monitor the effectiveness of the system and to determine whether the system has enough resources or improper traffic balance. No additional hardware is needed to support traffic measurement. Traffic measurement is set up and reporting is done in the IPedge system, and approximately 5 days of traffic measurement reports can be stored. When the traffic measurement is initialized, the following items are specified: time zones, measurement objectives, reporting specification, and TM units, which are traffic intensity in Erlang or CCSs. Thank you for joining me today for this session on IPedge messaging and IPedge system features, Part 3, IPedge system operational features. Be sure to listen to Part 1, IPedge messaging features, and Part 2, IPedge system productivity enhancing and safety features.